Hey guys, Romie here, so please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for Love and Hip Hop Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 6, Episode 8, In Due Time. Now the episode starts off with Tommy's mom. She's there to support her, and you know, she's nice to Tommy, she introduces herself, and everyone's just looking at her like, oh, you're Tommy's mom? Oh, okay. I can't be the only one that thought that Tommy's mom was a little nice. And when I say nice, I mean she's a little lit. Already lit pre-game. And when I say that, I mean she seemed, I don't know if it was drunk or she definitely had a couple of swigs or something before she got there. Because I said, she's acting just like Tommy. She's acting just like Tommy. We know Tommy has been tasting her own product. Now, her mom's Karen invited her because Karen said, you know what, of course she's going to want her mother to be there. And Tom said, so where have you been? Well, I've been in Vegas, you know, doing my thing. Oh, okay. Well, aside from that, I'm here doing this, making moves. And she said, you know what, I know. And I want to make sure that you don't apologize because that situation was messed up. I know how you are. I feel like the other part of that apology was, I know how I am. And I just want you to know that I love you. I support you. And what matters is that I see you doing your thing and I'm proud of you. And everyone's just like, oh my God, thank you Jesus. Tammy saying, you know, it's great that Tommy, even though she puts up this tough exterior, of course she just wants her mother's love and attention and affection. And we know that to be true. So I'm glad that the mom did show up. And I'm glad that there were no issues, regardless of what status she was in as far as possible inebriation or not. Jocelyn, she's going to fumble around and playing like she's going to make this crib for her baby. And of course, Melissa was there along with Dawn. And Dawn's feeding her. Melissa's like, you know what, since Stevie J's in here, then everything's going to be cool, everything's going to be fine. Jocelyn is irritated because, remember, Stevie J, when he was upset, because when Jocelyn was doing all that mess, told the courts that he wanted her to do a drug test. And also wanted full custody. So now Jocelyn's saying she wants full custody. Now she's saying she wants something to do with Stevie J after the whole, you know, the baby is Stevie J's. It's 99.9% Stevie J's. So it's definitely Stevie J's. And they're trying to convince her, you want your father's daughter. You want the father of your child to be in your daughter's life. You need to stop playing around. She's saying, no, I can do this on my own. And I have friends. I'm thinking, you have maybes. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't your friends. Melissa, yeah. Dawn, I feel like, yeah, she is, even though you're the type of friends that just fight and do all that mess, but I don't really care about that. So, Scrappy. Scrappy is going and he wants to have a sit down with Rashida. I said, Scrappy, I said, Scrappy, what is that? I was like, so we doing the 90s? We doing the 90s / trolls? Like, what is that in your head? That blonde, it wasn't even a fro. It was like a burnt blonde. I said, okay. Alright, do you. Do you. Scrappy wants to talk to his girl Rashida because they haven't really talked. What we find out is that Scrappy learned about the whole cheating thing when he was at the table thing with the other guys playing cards. And Rashida's just like, yeah, it's crazy what happened. So he's telling her what he knows from the table thing, and essentially that Kirk isn't taking responsibility. Kirk's saying that the baby isn't his. He wants to know how she feels about it. She says it's crazy. He's telling me the same thing. I don't know what to believe. And I'm glad that Scrappy had this conversation with Rashida because I felt like it was needed. I felt like it was needed to see a guy kind of acknowledge the fact that this situation is crazy, makes no sense, and it's so wrong. And regardless of what that guy's personal past is as well. And we have to get to the bottom of things. Speaking of getting to the bottom of things, why was Carly... So, it goes from baby mamas to ex-girlfriends / baby mamas to ex-side pieces to the main, to kind of the main, but not really because we're doing this for a TV show and a plot line. Uniting? That's what's happening right now. What? How is it that... What is it? That's her name's not Sierra. Sana? You know, Jock's baby mama, who is still kind of in the picture. Now she's teaming up with Carly Red, and it's crazy because at the end of the day, I'm trying to figure out how does this whole thing make sense? Because Carly's going to go and kind of say her side, because Cena wanted to... There it is! Cena. Jesus. I knew if I just kept talking, it would come out. So Cena is like, look, you know, my girl Treasure P, she's interning with Jock. Interning with Jock? No, it's actually on the professional tip. Oh, it's kind of shocked, but okay. And she was saying that her girl was telling, because she's close, well, no, she's not close with Tommy, but when she was hanging around with Tommy for a moment, she found out that Tommy and Jock are smashing, that they're an item. And of course, Carly Red said, you know what, I can't even be fully mad because, Scrap was interested in me last year, so because of that, she's trying to go and get her little revenge. But that's not the only thing. Cena also tells her that she went and lied to Jock. She made Jock think that, oh, her and Rod were smashing and that they were dating. But that's not the truth. She just wanted to see how he would react. And he was upset, as we know. And so now Carly Red's thinking, it's kind of petty for her to go and do something like that to Jock. Is she trying to see if he still has feelings for her? Because she has feelings for him? I said, okay, that's a valid viewpoint. But what about the other viewpoint of Jock getting mad means that he still feels a certain way about her, regardless of who it was. Even if it was a friend or not, he still feels a certain way because it was with her. So now Carly is going to go and devise a plan, a revenge plan. I said, Lord Jesus. After that, now we have Mimi. Mimi, she's talking to Melissa because she needs to get to the bottom of things. And so she tells Melissa that she found out that Melissa's been going and hanging out with Jocelyn, and that her and Jocelyn are closer than Melissa initially led on. And that's why Mimi is upset. And I said, okay, that's kind of valid. But Mimi's also saying how, you know, it's interesting because people warned me about you. People? Arian. Oh, Arian. It's interesting how someone that I slept with, had a relationship with, is going and saying negative things about me to you. Mimi said, back up. Relationship? Oh, that was supposed to be a secret? Well, yes, they had a lesbian relationship. And I'm thinking, Mimi, why do you really care? Oh, because you and Melissa are in a pseudo relationship, but not really for the cameras, because you were trying to play it off. Okay, got it. And now she's gone down her throat, like, how dare you go and sleep with the enemy? You know how she does this. You know you're trying to wrangle all these people together. Do I think Melissa's doing a little bit too much? Absolutely. Do I feel like Mimi needs to chill out a little bit? Absolutely. Do I really care? Absolutely not. I don't care in the least. I just thought it was hilarious that Melissa was just like, you know what, compared to the other people you had in your life, you know, Chris, because Melissa says, here's the timeline. It was supposed to be keep on the wraps, but her and Mimi got together after Chris. And so she's saying compared to Chris, compared to CBJ, compared to Jocelyn, compared to Nick, Nico, that she lucked out when she met Melissa. I mean, you lucked out when she met her. That essentially she upgraded, that she should be thankful. I said, uh-oh, that's not going to go well with her. Because for anyone, that could come off across as, oh, so you think you're being bamboozled now. So, compared to the other ones, regardless if you're right or wrong. I'm kind of glad Melissa said that and she's sticking up for herself. I do appreciate that because I feel like that Mimi likes someone that challenges her. Do I think that it came off a certain way and kind of wrong? Yeah, is what I would say if I didn't think that that's exactly how Melissa wanted it to. Melissa's not dumb. She knew what she was doing. She was just trying to get a rise out of Mimi and tell, you know, essentially the truth. We don't fully know her, so we can't say, oh, she's better than the rest. But she's been more consistent than the rest in a positive way. Now, Dime goes to Carly's house, and the thing is, I said, Carly's house looks nice. It's nice. It's furnished. I said, shout out to Carly. For some reason, I just felt like I thought there'd be more stuff. But I guess, you know, a clean white house. I said, is that really her house, or are they just renting that? Because I feel like Carly's smart enough to know you don't want these people to find out where you are. Unless it could be your house. It looked nice, so I don't really care. It's just those things that always go in my head. Dime was just all black. I said, look, I didn't even recognize her. I said, now that's the look. Stop it with the colors. Stop it with the colors. That's the look. Look at her. She even trying to do the whole baby hair. I said, look at Jessica Dime. That's what we wanted. Just simple. You're a pretty girl. You don't need all the extra stuff. Now, Jessica goes and tells her story how, she tried to go and be friends with Tommy, and she went to Tommy's liquor tasting, and it tasted like piss. And I said, okay, it was 13%, so I'm not surprised. But, and aside from that, what happened is she was talking about how her and Jocelyn are kind of the coolest. You and Jocelyn? Well, Jocelyn and I don't want problems anymore, so we reconciled, so we're good. Okay, we'll see how long that lasts. But anyway, I was telling that to Tommy. Tommy wasn't feeling that, but here comes Tammy going and having the problem and talking about my nails, and I appreciate that because I feel like she was trying to come at me, and I had problems with her before. So long story short, we get into an argument, and drinks go flying. Tommy feels a certain way, throws a drink at me, and that it was World War III after that. And I said, so the scammer that I have an issue with, the scammer who I had a problem with, so I'm not too thrilled that you went to try and do something with her anyway, went and betrayed you. I'm not surprised. Oh duh. And so now it's Operation Get At Them. It's Operation Get At Them. What are they going to do? Aside from that, she does finally tell her about, about young Jock and the whole cheating thing. And she says she didn't say anything prior to, because I do remember this. She told Jock to go and tell Carly. But we knew better that Jock was going to do something like that. So Carly took that on the chin and said, you know what? I'll take it for what it is. Now Mimi has to go and fact check Arian. So she goes to Arian's place, her loft. I said, wait a minute. Where's she living in? What place is this? What place is this? Where is this? It was nice, open floor concept. I said, okay, Arian, what do you do? Like, what do you do? I need to know, because someone's paying for all of this, so what do you do? Again, as long as this isn't a production house or whatever, what did you do? Aside from that, Mimi cut to the chase and said, so I was in an argument with Melissa because that whole back and forth between her being friends with Jocelyn, her actually saying that she's been friends with Jocelyn for 5 years, and that they're, and so she's not going to pick sides or whatever. But she told me that you two had a relationship. We didn't have a relationship. We slept together, and that was 20 years ago. So I didn't feel like it was necessary for me to go and say anything. Well, why would you not feel that it was necessary to say anything when you went and told me to be careful and to watch her? That was you saying something because you knew her. I felt like it was a little fugazi for you to go and do something like that when you always go and tell me to tell you everything. As if we're supposed to be dating, supposed to be lovers, be coochie-coochie. But that's not the case. That's not the case. And yet you want me to tell you everything. And now I'm finding out that you decided to go and not divulge something like that. I didn't feel like it was important because we weren't in a real relationship. It was just sex. It was just sex. It was just us having a good time. That's all it was, Mimi. Okay, you sure? You sure? Because I feel like I'm going to have to cut this woman off. And now we know that now Aaron's going to have to do damage control. I said, oh, I don't care. Kurt goes and he has to sit down with Scrap. Now this is water drinking worthy. Why? Because Scrap needs to go and talk with Kurt himself, one-on-one, man-to-man, mano-a-mano, and figure out what's really going on. Now, here's what happens. Kurt starts talking, I check out. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, no, I can't. And Scrappy the whole time, Scrappy had this look of, wait a minute, what is this man talking about? Because Scrappy was just like, look, I thought you and Rashida were, like the Beyonce and Jay-Z. And he was like, no, don't put me on that type of level. I said, yes, don't put him on that type of level. Please, erase. But he was saying, no, if you two couldn't make it, then I don't know who couldn't. Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, Will and Jada, Beyonce, Jay-Z. I mean, I can go on. Don't use that. They're a terrible example. Have you been watching the show, or are you just a minor spectator? But anyway, Kirk is talking about how, at the end of the day, he's not sure if he wants to fight for his marriage. What he does know is that the baby isn't his. What he does know is that Rashida was coming home after work tired, and she didn't want to be touched, and he just felt like he was the stay-at-home dad, that he was the nanny. I said, you can't ever feel like you're the nanny when you're the father. They're your kids. You're supposed to be taking care of them if your wife is out there making the majority of the money. Why don't you go out there, make enough so that she doesn't have to go out there and do anything? And then she can go and be the stay-at-home mom. And then she can go make sure that your slippers are ready. Make sure that you have a nice bath drawn. Make sure that you have food on the table every single night that's cooked and prepared by hand, from scratch, by her. So that after all that's done, then you two can go and have sex. Now, that would be great in the perfect world. But no, you want her to go, make the money, take care of the kids, come home, cook, and still do stuff in the bedroom. Come on now. And because of that, you went outside your mouth. She said, no, I understand. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I said, you're right. You are wrong. And you are a plumb fool. Because not only are you wrong with that, it's partially trying to justify it while Scrappy is doing what I would do. Look at you like, what? Like, no. Have you so Rashida's beautiful. She's the whole package, and you did that to her, and you're not even trying to reconcile, make this right, and say, well, if I want the family, if you want you're supposed to be fine for us. Him having the nerve to say, oh, the baby isn't mine, but I'm not going to do a paternity test. Scrappy said, why wouldn't you do a paternity test? That would be the confirmation that the baby isn't yours, and all of this will be done and over with. But no, you keep dragging this out, and then people are going to say, oh, maybe he's really afraid because something's really going on, that the baby's really his. Yes, that's how it normally goes. Trash. 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 So now Melissa has to go and meet up with Aaron because Aaron needs to go and clear her name for Mimi's sake. And Aaron's just like, excuse me, so you know we had this situation 20 years ago, but we were just smashing every once in a while. Why'd you have to go and tell Mimi that? Why'd you have to go and tell Mimi that? Why'd you have to go and make it seem like all this hiding stuff from her? We weren't really in this committed relationship, so it wasn't a big deal for me to say, look, I didn't, to not say anything at all. And it's like, Melissa, loose lips sink ships. Even though Melissa's saying that she slept with a bunch of people that she can go and out if she wanted to, but she won't. Aaron's saying the same thing. And she's just, and they're both, here's the issue. Melissa wanted to go and throw Mimi off guard, so she went and put that out there. Arian is trying to go and clear her name, so now she's trying to go at Melissa. How do I really feel about it? Both of them don't really care about each other. They don't really care about each other. When Melissa came in, Arian didn't even want to really give her a hug. It's more so like, so where do you stand? Do you hate me? Do you not like me? It's like, I don't have a problem with you. I normally don't think of you. So then why don't you go and tell your friend to be cautious? Be cautious because she has a bad track record with people. She has a horrible track record dating. That's why I wanted to be cautious. And yeah, I know you're a little shifty and shaky. And when she was saying this to Mimi, you know, Melissa isn't a bad person, but she has some interesting ways. She said, okay, that's valid, that's valid. So that's what happened there. They agreed to disagree, essentially. Nothing gets really resolved. Like how it normally is on this show. Now, Stevie J wants to come to Mimi's house because he hasn't seen her in a moment. Stevie J tells her that Bonnie Bella is his, that he got a bigger crib for all of his girls to go and stay there, including Bonnie Bella, and Mimi made it very clear everything else was null and void. Nothing else mattered. What mattered is Mimi said this. This woman went and accused you. She didn't say this, but you know, I'm saying this. I don't need to recant because I know the story in detail. This woman went and accused him of sexually assaulting his own daughter, which means that automatically they had to do an investigation. They looked in, they had to go and take Eva, they had to go check the house, they had to check her for bruises, scars, all that. That's what actually happens. They had to then go file an official report on Mimi and on CBJ, regardless if they found anything or not. Now, they have to continually go and do routine checkups. See, Mimi's irritated, but she can't go and do as much as she wants to. Even Stevie J, if you notice, they're both reserved because now the Child Protective Services are looking at everything that they do and say, at this point, if their home is deemed unfit, they can come in and now take the daughter. And that was all because Jocelyn was upset at Stevie J. So that's why I'm definitely on Mimi's side when she said, I don't ever want that woman around my child ever again. And I promise you, I'll get a restraining order on her if she's going to live in that house and you have my daughter around that woman. And then Mimi said, I feel sorry for that baby because at the end of the day, that baby has to be born to a mother who doesn't know how to love, that is evil, that is inconsiderate, that has no heart. I said, I don't believe that that's fully the case. I believe that Jocelyn really does care about her child. I believe that Jocelyn's just a messed up individual. That's what I do believe. I do believe that she cares about her child and all of that. Apparently, young Jock's a comedian now. And he was talking about his hair. I mean, it would be better if he actually showed his hair. But whatever. He probably needed to get the perm done. That's why he didn't show it. Anyway, young Jock. It's like, okay, it's funny enough. I guess we can call him Jock now since he's not young. Tommy's there to support. And Tommy says, like, it's a cool dude. Scraps is like, oh, I guess Jock's going venturing off and doing other things. Lovely Mimi's there because, again, Tommy doesn't really have friends on the cast. So it's like, oh, Lovely Mimi, we cool? Alright, then we can hang out. That's how these things work. That's partially how you can become a new cast member. When someone doesn't really have a lot of friends in the cast, you can go and get ushered in and be paired with them in scenes so that they can go and actually have scenes. Carly Red knew about this event, so she came down there. She came down there, I believe, with Cena. And it was her, Cena, and Melissa was there as well. And so then they get into this argument because it's just like, oh, so John, so this is what you're really doing. This is what you're really all about. Oh, you little gun trash little hood. Oh, and Lovely Mimi. Oh, you. Yeah, you was your clown self. This is what Carly was saying. I was saying, Lovely Mimi, why do you have an issue? Oh, yeah, with Sierra, because what she said with Sierra, even though if it wasn't for her, that whole storyline would have taken a lot longer to come out, so I'm trying to figure out what's the real problem. Now, Lovely Mimi did turn up because she was like, excuse me, so you having all this mouth and all this bite, but you have the same old energy, the same old energy. I said, no, what? We're not doing this today. And at one point, money gets thrown. Tommy's like, why would that hurt me? Okay, thank you. I need to tip the Uber driver anyway. Hello? Scrappy ran for that money. He said, you know what? I am not too proud to go and get this money. He got all that money. Took it up. And Carly was just like, oh, okay, so I guess security's going to go and help me out. Because Cena's just like, oh, yeah, so it's interesting because, Jock was doing this and doing that. To fan the flames. It wasn't fully working, in my opinion, at least to a certain extent. I feel like Lovely Mimi was getting more upset than anyone else. And so, because Tommy was saying, excuse me, we're cool, right? Me and Cena. We're cool, right? So, what's the real problem? My problem isn't with you. It's with that one over there. Correct! Then, I think it was her bracelet that Carly Red took off. Carly Red thought she was Lil' Kim so bad. I'm just looking at what she was wearing like, really? Took that bracelet and threw it at Tommy's face. I said, those anger management classes must be working because there's no way the regular Tommy. And then I looked on social media. No, Tommy went off. This thing was so edited. What really happened was Tommy was about to kill Carly. I'm not kidding. Kill Carly. Security hit her. She might have actually got slapped. Hit her on the stage. That's why she looked disheveled. Because security hit her and then was holding her down so that she wouldn't go and mollywop Carly Red. And that's why Lovely Mimi was going off as well. I said, this is so stupid and unnecessary for a relationship that's not even real. This next week's episode is going to be dedicated to Jocelyn. It's the baby special. It's the birthday special. I said, now this is some mess, and why do I feel like I'm going to be entertained the full hour? I don't know why. I just feel like I will be. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back.